Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nani Letizimba. If it's your first time tuning in or you just saw my video while you were scrolling down to YouTube, welcome to my channel. I hope you like it and I hope you subscribe. On my channel, basically, I just think at this point I should say I talk about everything. Because basically there's so much that is happening in the world out there, and I'd be like, oh my word, this is actually something that I can talk about because I'm a person who loves talking. So yeah, actually, yeah, in my channel we do it all. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. So on today's video, I'd like to talk about postnatal depression. Now, postnatal depression is depression that happens after you give a birth. So it's depression that is considered as baby blues, man. Like, you know how you're after you give birth as a woman, how your body goes to that process. Your body is it's different than how it was before you fell pregnant. Most likely you are a parent who's always at home having to look after their child, and yeah, it's something new, like, you know, being a mother, it's something new, and it's nothing like you've had like in your past life when you did not have a child. So I think I'm right when I say like it's depression that is caused by a new situation, like a new baby situation, whereby you are with your child a lot, right? So I think I've also suffered from postnatal depression because after I had my child, left the hospital, went back to my place, yeah, had my flat, and then I went back to my flat, and yeah, I had to be with my child also like 24/7. And if I was not with my child, maybe I was at the mall or somewhere, I literally could hear him crying in my ears, even though he was not with me, but I'd literally hear him crying in my ears. But in that situation, like, I knew like there's nothing I can do but besides being strong, you know, because you talk to other mothers out there, other young mothers, and they tell you, no, I've also been through this, and like, you get through it. It's just a stage, basically. It's a stage, and yeah, it's something very serious. Sometimes I think it also depends on how you strong you are mentally, because sometimes other parents, they end up having to see psychologists and having to be on treatment medication. In some cases they also have to take your kids away from you. I think that would depend on your support structure. If you don't have much support, they would take your child or your kids away from you while you are going undergoing the process of healing. Yeah. So now the reason I want to talk, that there's a reason behind my topic, which is what I want to get through now, right? I came across the story that I read about this woman. She's a mother to 3 kids. She's also a wife, right? She has 3 kids and she murdered all her 3 kids, right? She suffered from postnatal depression, right? Let me tell you the ages of her kids so that we can be together on this. Her firstborn is 5 years old. Her secondborn was 3 years old, and her lastborn was 7 months old, right? So after she had her lastborn, she was just going through like difficult postnatal depression. I'm talking about real difficult postnatal depression here, whereby the husband had to ask at his workplace if he could please be moved to work from home so that he can be there for his wife. The wife was going to doctors. You know, when you've got like a real depression and you're placed on this different type of medications to try and assist you with this with this depression that you're going through. That is what happened to her. But I feel like she had a great support system. She had a family, she had a husband who was with her 24/7 helping with the kids. Like, everything is going right. And I don't know, Okay, it's 3 kids under 5 years, right? I understand the stress because my son is 4, turning 4 in August, and it's just so much stress, like him alone. So I can just imagine how stressful it is when you have like 3 kids who are under 5 years old, right? So what happened is this lady, throughout her depression, she claims that she just got so tired of her kids, got tired of how she was feeling, that she never saw any way out. And that is basically how depression works. It just clouds you in this dark place, like it's like you're in a hole, and you're basically just trying to get yourself up back to the top, and it's like there's this massive amount of water that is still trying to bring you down. So that's the state that she was in, and she basically felt like, no, she's done. She doesn't want to be a parent anymore, and she does not want her kids to leave anymore. So what she did is she planned on how she wanted to kill her kids, right? So remember, her husband is always at home with her and the kids. So this day she decided that she's gonna send her husband out to go and buy. She didn't cook that day, so she sent her husband out to a faraway location to go and buy food, right? And the husband was like, why must I go buy food so far off when I can buy food from one of the fast food places that we have in our area? But she said, we've eaten there before and I feel like eating that food. So the husband was like, okay, cool, my wife wants to eat that food, I'll go and get the food for her. After the husband left, she went on Google and she checked how many minutes would it take for her husband to go from their house to this restaurant, and how long it would take from that restaurant to send the husband to the pharmacy. So as the husband was gone, she sent him a message, please pass by the pharmacy and grab this medication for the kids. So the husband did that, and then the husband came back. When the husband returned back home, he says that the first thing that he noticed as he stepped inside his house is how silent it is. Obviously, if you have 3 kids that are under 5 years, the house is always noisy. So immediately, if you come into your house and it's silent, immediately like, where the hell are my kids? Cool. So she started calling out. She started calling out names. No, complete silence. So she went upstairs to the bedroom. That is where she just saw some blood, and then as he opened the door, he saw the window was open up the window, and you could see, oh my god, there's my wife. She jumped from our bedroom window to the floor, quickly ran outside to the wife, asked the wife, oh my god, where are the kids? And then she was like, oh, he called immediately the police. As the police were coming, they arrived. She asked, where are the kids? And then the wife is like, the kids are downstairs in the basement. He went to the basement thinking that my wife, as she was trying to kill herself, she decided to lock the kids in the basement. So he opened up the basement, called for the kids' names, but there was no response. As he continued to enter down the basement, guys, all the police heard was agony. Like, he was crying, like, when you're like in so much pain, that's the amount of crying that he was in. And immediately called the police, come down here. Police went down. All 3 of the kids were killed. She had strangled all 3 of her kids, strangled them with a rope or a belt. She strangled all 3 of her kids, and all 3 of her kids died. And she obviously she survived because she just jumped from her room, which is upstairs, and I'm sure it's not even that high. She survived, and she's in hospital now. My point here in the story is, I feel like, as people, right, as this new generation that we are in, we've become so comfortable with doing things because it's okay to do certain things because there's a criteria that you'll fit under. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel everything that is not normal because there's this criteria that we're gonna place you under, that no, this person is depressed. And I feel like in this case, this lady, please do correct I'd like to hear your opinions on this one. I really don't think it was depression, guys. Like, her kids are each 2 years apart, because 5, 3, and 7 months, those kids are each 2 years apart, right? And if she really, really, really had depression, I don't think a person who has depression has time to think and plan out a murderer. I feel like if you have depression and then like a suicidal thought, it's something that comes to your mind immediately, and it's something that you would not be able to plan. Like the fact that she was able to plan, calculate how many minutes it would take for the husband to get home, and how long it takes to kill one person by strangulation, that is not depression. That is clean suicide. And I feel like we just do these things lately, like, because it's okay, and that's what society has taught us, that it's okay to commit suicide, it's okay to do, and it's not okay, guys. Like, we need to be honest now, and be honest, because the reason why depressed people are given all this medication is because they say you're depressed. And we're not the first generation to feel this way. Like, our parents, our grandparents, they also grew up, they also suffered from baby blues after having childbirth, but they never committed half the things that parents now commit. Because now everything is classified, that is why we feel like we can do certain things, because there's justice for it. Like, it's okay because you were depressed. And you know what, when you are depressed, when you've got postnatal depression and you kill people, it's unlikely that you're gonna go to murder for that, because you are depressed, you are not thinking in your straight mind. And which is why I'm saying that this lady was not depressed. It is something that she had time to think about. Like, that thing really, really, really it really caught my heart, man. Because, like, imagine killing, like strangling a 7-month-old child, and then killing like your 5-year-old child. Like, the amount of pain those kids, the amount of confusion they must have been feeling, like, why on earth is our mother doing this? Like, and that is something that touched me. And I really, really feel like we as a society, we really need to start standing up together, because the more we justify things, the more we classify things, and making people feel like it's okay when they say they're depressed, it's okay, like it's something that's normal. It's not okay. Being depressed, it's not okay. It's not okay. When a person says they're depressed, I think you need to speak some sense into them, and not like, okay, go to that doctor and get some treatment. Because also, this treatment that is given to us for depression, it's treatment that makes you feel like a zombie. If you've ever taken depression medication, you'll know how you feel. You feel like a literal zombie. You can't do anything. And that is not normal. People are not meant to live life like that. So I really feel like yeah, man, guys, like, the more we justify things, is the more like the world is gonna become this kind of place that it is. Like, a sad place. Can you just imagine all of that? Like, it took me back, man, to when I just had a baby. I was also like depressed, but I was not depressed, and I did not even have the support that she had, the support system that she had. I never had it, but I knew, like, okay, this child needs me. Like, now imagine, like, knowing that your kids need you, and then you're still the one who kills them. It's really, really not okay. And this person, she has everything that she needs for her kids. She doesn't have to stress about nappies. She doesn't have to stress about fees. She doesn't have to stress about anything, rather than focus on being well and raising her kids. Like, yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, just tell me if you've ever suffered from postnatal depression, if you know of someone who suffered from postnatal depression, or if you've ever suffered from depression in general. And do you think that depression is a thing, or do you think that society is okay to label, is okay to quickly give people like give them classifications like, okay, it's okay to feel this way, even though we know it's not okay to feel that way. It's not okay, it's not normal. You need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, how did you get to this stage and how you can get out. Yeah, because I honestly feel like the healthcare system, it's not helping. It's not gonna help. The medication that they give you for depression, it is not gonna help, because that medication is meant to make you feel like a zombie. And the minute you do not take that medication, you go back to feeling depressed, right? So what's the point of having that treatment? What is the point? Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. Just let me know what you think. If you've heard of the story, the lady's name is Lindsay Clancy. Lindsay Clancy or something like that, but I'll put it down somewhere whereby you can also do your own research. Like, guys, the things that people do, like in the States, guys, it is so weird. Like, what the hell? I love crime videos, so I'm always like busy listening to crime podcasts or watching crime videos. So I'm like, what the hell? I don't understand how those people can think like all of that you have in the States, and then you can think of such cool things. Yeah, makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And yeah, that's all for today, guys. I'm gonna see you guys again soon. I want to start uploading weekly. I'm hoping I'll be able to do that, so that, because I can see in my last video I got so much engagement. Yeah, so I feel like if I start uploading more often, that's how I'm gonna create more engagement and stuff. And also, I need to stop using Vinek, because I could see that the people that are commented on my last video are actually not South Africans, so they probably did not understand some of my Vinek. So I'm gonna try to speak English on my videos as much as I can, even though I feel like I write better than I speak English. But I'll definitely speak English on my videos more often. If you have not subscribed, guys, to my channel, please do subscribe on the link. Press the subscribe button on the button below, and please do press the notification bell so you don't miss out any video from me. You definitely don't want to miss out a video from me. And yeah, don't forget to recommend my channel to your friends and your families. And yeah, thank you so much. Bye.